1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Good evening. Welcome back to another knee-jerk stream. Game week 11 is over. We're about to go into game week 12. The deadline is on Tuesday. So we've only got one more day off, Monday, tomorrow, and then the deadline is 6 o'clock UK time on Tuesday. So do not forget about that. I hope you are doing well. Let me know in the chat how you got on this week. I got 54 points, which is enough for a tiny green arrow. I'm back into the top 1 million. It's nosebleed territory. Nosebleed territory. Alex, hello. Yeah, my captain Haaland, obviously. Again, my captain's with Haaland. 5 points, 6 points, 6 points, and now 2 points. The guy's rubbish. The guy is rubbish. You told me if I captained him, that was the only thing that was messing up my season. Look what's happened. It's worse. I should have captained Solanke this week. Yeah, Salah scored. Oh, Liverpool's still frustrating me today. Trent's back. Trent's already back. I just sold him, and he's back. And I might bring him back for a hit. It's so annoying. Klopp was like, oh yeah, if it's 2 weeks, I'll be happy about that. That's like 3 or 4 game weeks. And he's already back. He's already back. And also, I'm annoyed because Salah only got 8 points. If anybody watched that game, how did he come away with just 1 goal? How? He should have had an assist for Jota twice, I think. Should have scored that first goal where Edison saved it. Nunez didn't pass to him when he was in so much space. He would have been another one-on-one. Oh, my days. 8 points. It should have been more like 18. Should have been more like 18. But still, we're happy. We're happy. I'm not happy. I'm content, I guess. It'll do. Oh, Salah should have had so many more points. Should have had a penalty against Arsenal. What could have been? What could have been? Nunez. Oh, he was. I was shouting him, pass the ball. Look how much space he's in. It wasn't even that hard of a pass, really. There was a couple. That wasn't even the only time. That was the easiest chance. But there was another time when he was running through on goal. Salah had come over to the right. Basically, it's 8 o'clock right now. The game's been finished for, what, 2 hours? I'm pretty sure Nunez has still got his head down. 2 hours later. He's still got his head right down. Salah didn't get a bonus because he missed some good chances, basically. Anyway, am I selling Maddison? Yes. By the way, we got so unlucky on Maddison. So unlucky. Like, I'm not that bothered about it because in some ways I'm happy to go and get Trossard before Nottingham Forest at home. But for anyone that bought him on game week 9, he had 2 yellow cards. He got a yellow card in game week 9, 10 and 11. That is so unlucky. But yeah, I'm going to sell him. Probably whether or not I go for Trent depends on how much money I've got for Maddison. But like if I... Hang on a second. Where's my team? I've got 4.3 million in the bank, so potentially I could do Maddison out to literally any other midfielder. But Sterling, I'm a little bit worried about his minutes. Graham Potter is not afraid to change things around. And Son's playing Man United away. And look, Son could be great. And if I wanted to keep Son long term, I would probably make that move. And it is a little bit tempting. Because I think with this position for Maddison, I've looked at it as if whoever I get in is being sold to Saka straight away in Game Week 13. Because Maddison to Saka was my transfer plan anyway. So going Maddison to someone else then to Saka doesn't really make too much difference, right? It might cost me a hit now, but whatever. So I could potentially get Son in and then keep him for Newcastle, Bournemouth, even the Liverpool game, and then Leeds at home. But I just wonder if it's a little bit too much money to have. Like, he's 11.8 million. That's basically freemium. Doesn't let me do anything else. It makes it very difficult to get Saka or Foden then. So I probably won't do it. So if I want to get Trent in for Nico Williams, which I'm very tempted to do, I'm so annoyed we didn't know about that. What I will say is if we knew that Trent was going to be on the bench, I probably would have just bought Webster and not Trippier. So in some ways, I'm still up on points. But if I get Trent in, I've got 9.3 million to spend on this spot. So I'll probably just get Trossard. Some people are talking about Mason Mount. Like, he started every game so far under Potter. Obviously got a couple of assists last week, a couple of goals. And Chelsea could score a few against Brentford. But I don't think I'm going to go for Mount. I will probably just go for Trossard, to be honest. That will be my moves this week. 2.4 million in the bank. And then the week after, I'll just do Trossard to Saka. A few people ask me why I'm going to go for Saka over Foden. It's pretty close, but Saka's got penalties. That pretty much swings it. And in 13 and 14, it's Southampton away and Nottingham Forest at home. What I'll probably do is in Game Week 14, I'll sell Saka for Foden because I'll have 8.7 million. And I think Foden's like 8.2. So there's no way I'll be priced out of that. He's 8.3, sorry. So that would probably be the move. Trent, like, Zaha doesn't have to be sold, but if the choice is Zaha or Foden, I'd probably just go Foden. So that's my current thinking is Maddison to Trossard, Nico Williams to Trent. I know some people are going to ask me about Robertson. I'll come on to that in a minute. Then Saka in for Trossard in Game Week 13 and Foden in for Zaha in Game Week 14. I think that's probably the plan right now. The only other thing I'm thinking about is if I don't get Trent and I just play Nico Williams, if he starts or whatever, he's only going to get 1 point anyway, is I get Trossard in this week, leave it at that. The week after I get Saka in 13, and then in 14 I do Andreas to Foden, and I can afford that 0.7, and then I can either bench Mitrovic or Solanke, and I keep Zaha. I don't know if I want to do it that way around, but that's something I'm considering. Because if I do that, Solanke's got 2 difficult fixtures in 13 and 14. West Ham away, Spurs at home. So I could bench him for them in 13 and 14 when Mitrovic has Leeds and Everton. And then in 15 and 16 where Mitrovic has got Man City away and Man United at home, I just play Solanke instead with Leeds and Everton. So I've got a couple of different routes, but either way, to answer that question, yes, I'm going to sell Maddison for sure. I was going to sell him in Game Week 13 anyway, so it's not that bad. It is what it is. Thinking too far ahead. We've literally got 5 weeks left. That's it. I'm literally thinking 5 weeks ahead. I don't think that's that bad, is it? Why not just get Robertson in no Trent risk? What? Okay, let me answer the Robertson. I mean, do we think how much less of a risk do we think Robertson is, really? I mean, Tsimikas is there. Trent's got much less competition on the right. You know, Ramsey hasn't played at all yet. Milner was very good today, but Milner's not going to be able to play that regularly, and Trent obviously offers a lot more going forward. So I don't know if Robertson is that much safer than Trent. And when they're on the pitch, I always preferred Trent. Now, it is worth saying, we haven't seen many games for Liverpool in a 4-4-2 with both those players, and it might be that Trent stays a bit deeper and Robertson's the one that gets forward. So Robertson might be the one to get. Like, he was very good today, but I just always preferred Trent over Robertson, basically. So that's probably the way I would go. I don't think anyone going for Robertson is crazy for sure, but I think Trent is the one for me. Don't ask me that. Why didn't I captain Salah? Come on. Come on. Imagine if I captained Salah and he had blanked and Haaland was the one that scored. Imagine then. Trent was right midfield, right wing back when he came on. Yeah, he was. I mean, they could play him right midfield. But I don't think it's going to happen too much. There was no news about Trent being fit. It was when I saw he was on the bench, I was so frustrated because I wouldn't have sold him. And I would have, and the thing is, I wouldn't have had Trippier, but if I'd known he was only on the bench, I would have benched Trent and I would have played Gay, and he would have got 7 points. So it's a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. These things happen. Can only try and keep making good decisions, I guess. Kaisen Chan, should I play with 10 because of Madison and roll a transfer for 13 to get Foden and Saka? That thought has crossed my mind, but I just think because you've got no bench, you know for sure you're getting 0 points from Madison. My preference, as much of a dull manager that I am, I would rather just bring someone in and just give myself an extra hit next week if I really wanted to get Foden and Saka straight away, and just hope that the person I bring in gets me like more than 4 points. I couldn't see myself playing with 10 just to save a transfer, to be honest. There are scenarios where that works, but I'd rather just get someone in. It's just a bit more exciting. Yeah, so Chaz, I kind of just spoke about Robertson versus Trent. Thanks for the 6 months, by the way. I think I still prefer Trent. The thing is, he hasn't been great pre-injury, but do you know what I mean? Up until this week, no one's talking about Salah either. It doesn't take long for a quality player to get back in form. And I just think West Ham at home, Nottingham Forest away, Leeds at home, that's pretty good for Trent, I think. So, I still have faith in him. I still have faith. I look like an idiot as soon as Bowen scores, but it is what it is. It is what it is. JML, do you think it's a good idea to take a -4 in Game Week 12 or just field 10 players? I can use my 2 free transfers to get 10 players, but a -4 to field a full team. I think in most cases it's going to be worthwhile taking the hit, personally. I guess the only issue is when you take someone out you definitely want to keep, and then you've got to get them back in, and then you've got to make another additional transfer. But for players like Madison, they're definitely not playing. You definitely... Well, almost certainly you do not want them back anyway. So I think it's fine to do that, to be honest. I haven't used my wildcard. When is best used? This week or Game Week 13? That's it then, I think. I don't think you should be saving it any longer than that. I mean, at this point, if you can get through Game Week 12, you just save it for Game Week 13. Salah or Kane captain for Game Week 12? I think Salah is better, just because of fixture, really. Like, West Ham's not easy, but it's at home, it's at Anfield. I think it's better than Kane having to go away to Man United. Kane's been great, though. And so's Tony. But there's only 1 goal between them this year. What's your view on free hit if we have Madison 3, City 1, Arsenal? I don't like it. You just sell Madison. The thing is, if you free hit, you get the same team back. Do you really... Like, Madison had 4 good fixtures. Game Week 9, 10, 11 and 12 was pretty good fixtures for Madison. The fixtures from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... 13, 14, 15, 16 just aren't as good. How do you feel about not bringing in Doherty now? A little bit annoyed at myself because I think 4.6 million for someone like Doherty is just an absolute steal if he keeps getting starts. And if he starts in Game Week 30, and I said that on the deadline stream, I will regret it. But it is what it is. It's done now. He's not going to suddenly get to a price that's unattainable. Obviously, you always want to get players at the start of their run. But if they can concede a few times between now and Game Week 16, I won't be as worried. But the thing is, if they play 3-5-2, Doherty and Sessegnon or Perisic are going to be pushed so far up. And it's like I said, I put him on the watch list video a couple of game weeks ago. He's just so much better attacking-wise than Emerson Royale is. And so if they're playing 3-5-2, they're definitely going to want Doherty there than Emerson Royale. I think Emerson Royale is probably just as good defensively, if not maybe slightly better. But going forward, I don't think there's really a comparison. How is Madison to Mount then Mount to Saka? Yeah, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Do we think that Mount is definitely better than Trossard this week? Maybe he is. I can get Mason Mount as well. I just think it's like... do I really want to turn down Nottingham Forest at home for a punt? I mean, it sounds pretty good. But nothing wrong with Mount. It's an interesting one with Mount though, because he's played every game under Potter so far. Started every game, So you can frame that one way and think, well, that's really good. He's going to continue to start. Although the kind of pessimist in me is thinking, does that mean he's due a rest soon? And could it be this week? But I think you're fine. I think you're fine with him. I think it is worth saying today with Mason Mount, he's been great, right? I'm not trying to put people off him. But the first goal was a big mistake from Mings. Although, again, right place, right time. You shouldn't take that away from him. And the second one was a good free kick. I do wonder if Martinez was a bit poor on it, though. But ultimately, I think Mount is good, yeah. Is a -4 for both Saka and Foden in game week 14? I guess that's 14, not 4, worth it. I mean, that depends, right? Who the hit is for. Now, I could get Saka and Foden in game week 13 for a hit, but I won't take the hit. I will just wait one more week to get Foden in, probably. Look at the players in your team compared to all the top six players we had in the first few weeks. I know, it's been crazy. Can we just, by the way, give a... We haven't talked about this enough. Can we just give a shout out to Dominic's... Oh, sorry, I want to give a shout out to Dominic Solanke. 5.7 million. He comes in game week 9. It's a 0-0. He's rubbish. It was a bad decision. Why did you get him? Game week 10, 2 assists. We love the guy. Game week 11, goal and assist, 12-pointer. What an absolute legend. 4 returns in 3 games since I've owned him. I don't think that can carry on. I think Southampton at home is his kind of last real good fixture. I don't know, actually. 15 and 16 are all right. It's just these two I worry about, 13 and 14. And also, right, I'm not saying they're all stonewall penalties, but Bournemouth have had quite a few penalty shouts last few weeks, and maybe a little bit unlucky to not have one. I do think the one this week was a little bit weak, to be honest. But yeah. Absurd Solanke, no stats. You all got him, and he scores out of no stats. Yeah, but the thing, yeah, I know. The thing with the problem with stats, as someone that likes stats, is it's very hard to know how much emphasis to put on just a few game weeks. Like at that point, we only had 8 game weeks worth of data, and we're just writing him off. Whereas his expected goals and Bournemouth's expected goals last year in the Championship were pretty good. Now you might turn around and say, well, in the Championship, that's the Championship. But I mean, Leeds were really good when they came up. They continued to score goals. Mitrovic was really good in the Championship last year. He's now really good in the Premier League. So I don't know. Solanke hadn't been great. One of the key things as well is Scott Parker's gone now, and he's quite a defensive manager. I'm not saying now they're super attacking, not at all, but maybe that has helped a little bit as well, because Mitrovic wasn't very good under Parker last time they were in the Premier League, and now he's great. Now you have 12 weeks of data, and he still has 0 stats. Yeah, it's fair enough. Look, maybe been a bit lucky to get the 4 returns in that many weeks, but he's always going to play for you. He's on penalties. He's cheap. Weren't expecting much anyway. It's nice, though. It is nice. I'm so glad he started scoring, because he and Salah and Trent were the 3 that I got the most stick for. I don't know about on the wall yet. I don't know. I need if he got a hat-trick or something. If he got 3 attacker returns yesterday. Bournemouth was the better team against Fulham. Yeah, I think that it was just a good fixture for both of them. Like Bournemouth and Fulham just not that great defensively. I think Southampton at home's good for Solanke though. Yeah, I got some luck this week. I got some luck this week. Playing Mitrovic over Andreas Pereira, a little bit of luck. Bringing in Trippier with a bad fixture and him not conceding, a little bit of luck. A little bit of bad luck maybe with Gay, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Danny Ward, by the way, that's 2. It's a bit annoying because the week he gets a clean sheet, people like Guaita go and get absolute monster scores. Same for Raya. But Danny Ward, 2 clean sheets in 3 games now. So overall, this is what I was saying I think last week. I don't think I've made like a huge amount of bad decisions. Not like season-ending decisions, but just not had quite the luck. I've had some bad luck. A little bit of bad luck. I'm not saying, like, obviously not captain in Haaland was not bad luck. That was just stupid. But I think I've made some okay decisions. I wish... Oh, Salah's still killing me. Because people are going to bring him in now, which is fine. He's still not going to be massively owned, because some people will still be put off him. But, like, I wish he got some more points this week. Would have been so good. Yeah, loads of... Kepa did really well. Alisson got an assist. Loads of keepers did really well this week. It was actually crazy. It was actually crazy for goalkeepers. But still, I'm happy with Danny Ward's 6-pointer. Captain Solanke, Trossard, Mitrovic or Gross in game week 12. I'd probably captain Solanke or Trossard. I can't believe it. I think it's close. I think it's close between Solanke and Trossard. I think you probably go for the midfielder with Nottingham Forest at home. But Solanke's got penalties. All it takes is a couple of dodgy penalty calls. I think you're overestimating how many people will buy Salah now. Let's have a look at his transfers. I don't know if I can show this full screen. No, I can't. I'll just look it up and tell you what it is. Transfers in. He's the most transferred in player so far this week. 122,000 transfers. Not that much really compared to how many times he was sold over the last few weeks. But I think I think people that can afford him will get him in. I think people that can't afford him might panic a little bit. The big decision now is for those that have Harry Kane. Do they do the switch? Because when I looked at my Game Week 8 wildcard, Harry Kane was going to be on it. And in Game Week 12, right now, this is going to be the time that I was going to switch to Salah. So my plan was, and obviously things might have changed, right? It's all well and good saying that was the plan if I wildcard in Game Week 8, but things changed over the last few weeks. But the plan was going to be Kane and Bowen to Salah and Solanke. So I wouldn't have had Solanke on my Game Week 8 wildcard. So that was going to be my plan. Solanke and Salah in for Kane and Bowen. But that's very hard to do if you're a Kane and Bowen owner right now, because they've both been so good. And obviously they're both penalty takers as well. But then again, so Salah and Solanke. Cancelo to Trent, Hokey Cokey. I think if you do Cancelo to Trent, you'll probably be quite tempted just to hold Trent. But I don't hate having to sell Cancelo and get him back, as long as you can soak up the price changes. Will Salah increase in price? I doubt it. Not very quickly, anyway. Players that look like they're going to go up in price tonight are Mount, Trippier, possibly. Solanke as well, and possibly Dalot. Chilwell's close. I still wouldn't be buying Chilwell personally. Yeah, Salah's nowhere near a rise tonight at the moment. That could change over the next few hours, I guess. You think double Man City defence is an option? Perhaps Cancelo and Akanji maybe from 13 or 14 onwards. Yes, and I think Akanji will get pretty good minutes. I don't think I can sit here and tell you that Akanji is nailed on, but I think he'll get pretty regular starts. Regular enough, anyway. If I need to take a -8 to field 11, should I just free hit? Not necessarily, no. Because you should only free hit if you want all those players back that you're going to take out. And even then, I still think it's worth probably taking a hit and just bringing a few back in. It's like that question earlier. There's no need to free hit because of Maddison unless you really want to keep Maddison. I would suggest that's not a good plan, to be honest. Do you think Arsenal will continue? I don't think they'll win the league. I don't think they'll win the league. It's so hard to win this league ahead of Man City. I don't think that will happen. But I think they'll get top 4 now. They're looking great. Although, again, I guess they could have conceded today. Like Bamford, penalty, missed. But still, I still think they're great. How do you see how close players are to increasing and decreasing in price? Go use FPL statistics, basically. What I will say is, like, don't... Some people look at that and think it's absolute, like, gospel. Like, it's not necessarily, like, 100%. Like, it's not a case of if someone hits 100%, they're definitely going to rise and fall that night. But it's an indication that it's likely to happen, and it could happen that night. I think Trent will start the next game, yes. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. I guess there is a chance that he doesn't, but I'd be surprised. Jesus replacement Tony or Mitrovic till game week 16. I think Tony is probably better. I would say Tony's only 1 yellow card away from suspension now. Just under Bruyne to Salah, that will be popular. I said tonight from game week 11 till game week 16, Salah will outscore De Bruyne. So far, we're 6 points up on that. It's happening, I'm telling you. Even take out game week 12 if you want. Take out game week 12. I'm still saying Salah outscores 11 till 16, De Bruyne. How far about Salah is? Salah's 8 points behind De Bruyne now. To be fair, game week 12 as well lets him catch up in games. We won't get price rises and falls during the World Cup, I don't think. But I don't know. Maybe a few at the start, I guess. But there shouldn't be any. Well, maybe there will. I don't know, actually. Never really had this before. Excuse me. Just under De Bruyne to Salah. Needed defender, have 6.7 million. Also, do I take a hit to get rid of Maddison or play with 10? I'm going to take the hit, I think. I'm going to take the hit. 6.7 million. How much is Robertson? Robertson, 6.7 million. It's almost a sign. I'd be tempted to look at Robertson, honestly. Trippier if you haven't got him. Depends how many weeks you need to play them in, really. Because like you could look at Dunk this week or Webster, but they got 2 bad fixtures afterwards. Will Salah outscore Kane over the next 5? Ooh, let me see. West Ham at home, Forest away, Leeds at home, Spurs away, then Southampton at home. And then Kane is... Hang on. Kane is... Man United away. Newcastle at home. Bournemouth away, which is good. Liverpool at home. Leeds at home. It's close. I'm going to say Salah. I'm going to say Salah outscores Kane and De Bruyne for her. Why not? Why not? I've been wrong about it all this time. Let's hope it does this. Let's hope it changes now. Maybe Mo Salah is back now. Hopefully Salah gets some penalties soon. Kane's had 3 penalties so far this year. He did miss one, to be fair. So a couple of penalties for Salah would be nice. Sometime soon. I think the more interesting thing is, if Salah does really well for people in game week 12, will they go back to captaining Haaland? Because if Salah looks good again, in game week 13, could you captain Salah over Haaland? Or what about game week 14? I don't know if I can take the pain, in all honesty. I don't know if I can go back there again. But it'd be interesting to see what people think. No, he's had 3... No, Kane's missing the Premier League, right? He missed one against Nottingham Forest. Dean Henderson saved it. So he's had 3 penalties in the league. He's missed one. I don't think Trent will start in midfield, no. For 1 week, I wildcard in game week 13. Trossard and Mount or Bruno G. Trossard and Mount, I think. Heavy on Brighton with Gross or McAllister plus... Oh! Or go heavy on Brighton. Trossard and Gross could be okay. Yeah? Is Gross still... One thing I haven't checked since I sold Gross. Is he still getting good minutes? Because that was one of the good things about him. Yeah, see, I'm a bit worried about Gross's minutes now. 64, 81, 67... Before that, when he was playing under Potter, he was like a 90-minute man. So maybe I'll go Trossard and Mount. Is -8 field 11 players worth it? Suggest defence. I mean, Trippier, Trent, Robertson. Gay could be okay. Kane's penalty miss was so annoying it would have been a Perisic assist. Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have. Is a -8 field... Like, -8s are okay, depending on who the players are. Like, again, if it's players you don't want back, who are definitely not playing, then I think you can more justify a hit. It's much more difficult to justify if you want to get them straight back in. Just thinking, sweet read Trent. Surely can't buy either this week. Too much uncertainty. Do you really think there's that much uncertainty about Trent starting? I guess because he only got like 1 or 2 minutes, there's question marks over how fit he is. But I feel like he'd probably start. I guess it's a small risk, but who else is going to play that? Like, if Konate or Matip aren't back, then it means Gomez probably needs to play centre back. Is Milner going to play right back again? Sorry, I accidentally muted there. I'm just not sure Milner's going to play another game that quickly. Like, the turnaround time's really quick for Liverpool. They've just played, and now they've got to play on Wednesday again. You think Milner starts 2 in a row? I guess it's possible. I'm not saying it's completely out of the equation, but I think Milner's only started 2 games in a row once all season. That was when there was a week in between, right? With Jota out injured, will Nunez start and hence hurt Salah's output? Yeah, I guess it's possible now that it'll be, for me, well, I don't know actually. I mean, Jota is better for Salah than Nunez, yeah, but it could still be Salah. I think Harvey Elliott's done all right on the right-hand side. I want you to tell me I can buy Trent though. I've got money for Nico too. And that's what I'm thinking as well. Nico Williams to Trent for a hit. Because I'm going to do Maddison to Trossard as well. Yeah, I guess it's difficult to know exactly how Liverpool will line up. I think Nunez is good for minutes this week. I don't know about the weeks afterwards, because if Salah keeps playing up front, then it's Salah plus one of Firmino and Nunez. And Firmino's been good. He was good again today. It's hard to know who's going to play on that left side. I don't think Nunez is going to play there for what it's worth. I think he has played on left, but this is more like a left midfield position rather than left wing. Or left forward, whatever. So I don't know. I just think the fixtures are better now for Salah, so we should probably just assume he's going to be fine. Would I be selling Perisic for a hit? I don't think so. Jota went off. I think he went off on a stretcher, I think. I was kind of like, at that point I was half watching because I was cooking roast dinner. I don't necessarily think that Jota being out makes Nunez nailed, to be honest. Robert looked really good today. Now, at that price point, he could outscore Trent easily. Yeah, he could. Yeah. But I think, like, you could go for Robertson for sure, but I just think he's got a little bit more competition. I mean, Milner did play well today, but I still don't think that Klopp is going to want to use him at right back that often. But I guess he could in easier fixtures when there's a quick turnaround. I don't know. I just think that, like, there's always times when Robertson's going to outscore Trent, and this might be it. And it's like I said earlier, in recent games in this 4-4-2, and bearing in mind they've still only used it like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times now. So we're still early days of Klopp getting it to work or whatever. Trent has been staying a bit deeper and Tsimikas has been going forward. So it could be that Robertson's the one getting really far forward. We know Trent can do damage from deep because his passing range is so good. But it could be that Robertson's the one getting forward. It could be. And he could be the better pick. But I always prefer Trent over Robertson. If I'm only having one, you could go for the double up. If you're feeling really brave, go for double Liverpool defence. That's worked out really well so far this season. Kukurea, 45th minute sub. Yeah, that was annoying. Is Nico Williams going to start against Brighton? Well, Aurier wasn't even in the squad in the last match, so there's a good chance Nico Williams starts. If I sell Nico Williams for a hit and he starts against Brighton away, if I bring in Trossard against Nottingham Forest at home, and then Nico Williams keeps a clean sheet when I sell him for a hit for Trent, and so my punt on Trossard also blanks, that's going to be really annoying. Gomez played really well, so he could get right back if centre-backs are fit. Like, all these things could happen, right? But I don't think we should forget that Trent and Robertson are easily first choice by a mile. And of course, if Trent's not full fitness, then yeah, maybe he plays someone else there. But Matip and Konate are not fit in the moment, so I just don't see Gomez going over there. I could be wrong. Trent might not start, but I think there's a pretty good chance. He's missed, what, 1 game, and now straight away he's got minutes against Man City? Only a few, to be fair. He's not even missed a game. Arsenal away, straight into Man City at home. Did they have Champions League? He missed a Champions League game. Did they have Champions League? I can't remember now. I'm losing track of when they've played games. Yeah, they had Rangers, didn't they? He missed Rangers. So 45 minutes against Arsenal, missed Rangers, and straight back today. I think he might be right. I really do. I'm only buying Trossard for one good game week because I only need him for one game week. Trent playing right wing. Now that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Imagine that. It could happen. I saw someone suggest that before he got injured, I think. Your team is looking great for Game Week 2. I predict a massacre. I don't know if it's looking that good. I don't know. It's pretty good. There's a lot of home fixtures, I guess. In fact, if I bring in Trossard and Trent, that's 11 home fixtures. That'd be nice. Will I captain Trossard or Kane in Game Week 12? Ooh. I don't like captaining players like Trossard compared to like Kane. But he's got such a good fixture. I'm going to say Kane. He's got penalties, hasn't he? -4 to start. Nico Williams just for 12 or field 10. But is it just for 12? Why is it just for 12 though? Because you're not going to play that play. If it's like a rubbish play, you're never going to play again. Then maybe not. Forward to get with Solanke and Haaland in Game Week 13 wildcards. Jesus, I guess. I'll think about wildcard closer to Game Week 13, I think. Maddison and Mitrovic out for Salah and Solanke. That's the fun. I don't like taking Mitrovic out for a hit, to be honest. You've got no other way to get Salah. Zaha's attacking stats from 9 to 11 versus 1-6 are pretty down. Yeah, he's not been great. Maddison to Mount and Zaha to second next week could be the option. Could also hold Mount and Zaha to get Trent in 13. Tross maybe too short term. Yeah, I think you only get Trossard in if you only want him for 1 week. So if you don't, then you could get someone else in. Yeah, look, Zaha's not been great, but it's a bit like the whole Salah thing. Like, these things change pretty quickly. I think we know Zaha's a quality player. He's got good fixtures. I've said this for a few weeks now. Zaha's one of those players that you're never gonna need to sell because the fixtures are pretty good. It's never going to be a must sell. Like, if I'm talking about getting Foden in Game Week 14, I mean, Zaha's got Southampton at home. That could be a massive punishment for me. But I think if you got the transfers to sell him, I think it's okay. I wouldn't do it for a hit, though, I don't think. I don't know about selling Zaha for a hit. I think Joe Gomez is 4.5 million. There's a couple of reasons I'm not even looking at him at all. One, don't really need the cash right now, to be honest with you. So the fact that I'm saving money versus like a Trent or Robertson, I don't really care about. And also, if players start coming back, like Konate and Matip and Trent's back now, that's less minutes for Gomez. Like he's been all right. He was really good today. He hasn't necessarily been great in all the other games they've played. I got to be honest, I was very I don't know if Man City were Man City a little bit passive? Is that harsh? They still created some chances. I feel like on another day, Man City just go for it a bit more. I guess the fact that Liverpool were trying to play on the counter a little bit wasn't ideal. So City didn't want to get countered. But like, maybe I should just give all the credit to Liverpool. I thought they defended really well. Like, you're always going to give up chances to Man City, but overall, I mean, who would have thought that Milner and Gomez on that side would have played so well? It was like a weird Man City performance. They were good. And maybe it was just Liverpool that stopped them playing how they wanted to play. I felt like there was like another gear for Man City and they just didn't want to go into it for whatever reason. Obviously on another day the goal stands and maybe they go and win the game, but I don't know. It was a weird one. When you wildcard, you get a player at the same price you bought them for if you already own. Yes. By the way, Saad, thanks for the 3 months, but I forgot to say that. Nihao, thank you very much. Maddison to Salah, Jesus to Solanke, Martinelli to March, -4, wildcard 13. Have you not got someone else you can play instead of Martinelli? March, like, if you need it to fund the rest, it could be okay, especially if you're going to captain Salah. Oh, the deadline box says my Game Week 11. Thank you. How do I... Oh, yeah. Hang on, I'll change that now. My bad. Down and nerdy around. There we go. Game week 12 now. So yeah, Sard, I think Mount's okay. Yeah, I don't know if we need to take a hit to do Zaha to someone else though. Fallout Boy, yeah, I think so. Madison, yeah, sorry, I did that one. Hey, Game Week 12, Solanke, Mitrovic, and Son, Zaha, Anthony for free hit and wildcard Game Week 13. If you're going to wildcard in Game Week 13, you do not need a free hit this week. Surely. Surely you just take whatever moves and hits you need to do to get a team out, and then you wildcard next week, or you just wildcard this week. I think Saka's great, but obviously not for this week. How is it 14 average points? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm probably going to bring in Trossard and Trent, I think, for Nico Williams and Madison. I think that's my plan. Yeah, Allison assist. If you had Allison, you love that, don't you? Clean sheet you weren't expecting. An assist for Salah. 3 bonus points. Magic. Magic. I don't think I'll do a wildcard. There's no time to do wildcard videos, to be honest, this week. Probably no time to do free hit videos either. It's too much. The deadline's Tuesday. The overall points is 14. App hasn't updated. Yeah, that'll change later. The average is definitely not 14. I think Doherty will start against Man United. Perisic maybe. It's hard to know, really. I might try and talk about free hitting like the game week preview or something, but there won't be a whole separate free hit video, to be honest. -4, Madison and Bowen out. Salah billing in. I don't think you need to take a -4 to get rid of Bowen, to be honest. I guess if you really want Salah, then you could do, but I don't think I'd take a -4. If you're going to captain, you could just about justify it, but it's not a great move, I don't think. I think Callum Wilson is a shout for captaincy for Game Week 12 versus Everton at home. I mean, he's okay, I guess. He's okay. It depends who else you've got, right? All right, people, I know it's a little bit earlier than normal, but I think I'm going to call it there. So thank you very much for watching. We'll have team selection out tomorrow morning. I've got transfer tips and game week preview to come. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to give it a like. Obviously, hit that subscribe button if you are... I was going to say if you're nailed around here, because I was reading something in the chat. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you again soon.